What's up, fuckers? Back with another Top 5 Thursday. This one compliments of Blake Clark. I think this is my second that I can remember, at least, that I've done of yours. So if I fuck that up, let me know in the comments. This is the top 5 franchises list. And this is unbearably hard. And I know I broke the rule with Van Damme last week, but that's going to be so rare when I do that, if ever again. You know what I mean? So I definitely didn't want to do that back-to-back weeks. So this is going to be a top 5. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to give an honorable mention. I'm just going to do 5. And I will say that some of these are interchangeable. The only ones that are locked in is the first 2. And then from 3 to 10, it's just it's tight-knit, man, with the ones behind it. But I want to say with almost certainty that this would be my top 5 most times you ask me. But it really is interchangeable after the first 2, I think. But anyways, let's jump right into it. Number 5. Also, if I'm not completely there right now, I've been on vacation all week, having a blast, watching movies like fucking crazy. I just watched the whole first season of True Detective in one day. It's only like 8 episodes, but it's like an hour an episode, so it's like 8 straight hours. I've been doing some crazy shit. I feel like my mind's fried. I need to go back out in the world, so we'll see how this goes. Number 5. It's not even a good fucking... See, I'm terrible right now. Normally my impressions are pretty on point. Halloween, Michael Myers. You heard of him? And this was the toughest, man. Because the hardest thing for me to do is to rank horror franchises. Because, like, the main 5, they're all so tight-knit. They're definitely going to be some of them in my top 10 if I ever reveal that. But Halloween, I think, has to edge some of those out, for sure. So Halloween is definitely top 5. Only thing that holds back Halloween to some degree is, of course, it's been said a million times, it's the pick-your-own-adventure franchise. I mean, anybody ever wants to know anything about Halloween, I'm like a Halloween encyclopedia. I'm your guy. I can bore you to tears for hours. If you don't want to hear about it, if you do want to hear about it, you might be like, holy shit. But, I mean, that's the whole thing. You have the timelines are crazy. You have 1, 2, and then it goes to the third one, which is Season of the Witch, and Michael Myers isn't in the fucking movie at all other than in a trailer for his own movie in a Halloween movie. What the fuck is that, right? And then, which I actually like Season of Witch, by the way, if y'all didn't know that about me. Give it another chance if you still think it sucks. Then you have the 1, 2, skip over 3, 4, 5, 6 timeline. And then you have the let's forget everything after 2 and go to H2O timeline, which is 1, 2, go to 7. And then also do 8. Oh my God, Resurrection was terrible. I actually also like Resurrection. Didn't know if you knew that about me. Check it out. It probably still sucks, though. I just have a soft spot for it. And then you cut it off again, and then you got remakes. And then, guess what? They did it again. They were like, how about we go back and, instead of this time cutting everything off and start from 2, how about we cut everything off and get rid of 2 as well? Brilliant! It's everywhere. But I'm not even clowning on it, man. I still love it. And I still watch it consecutively, even if the storylines don't make sense. They make sense in my head, so it works. But there's little things like that deduct points in a way, I guess you could say, because it's still not a clear, straightforward story, which a lot of these franchises aren't. But you can't really shit the bed in that category as much as Halloween did. But in general, Michael Myers, how great is Michael Myers? Iconic, maybe the greatest boogeyman of all time. I'm getting a phone call from somebody, I don't know who the fuck that is. Maybe the best boogeyman of all time. Well, he is the boogeyman, but best slasher villain, maybe. I mean, he's unstoppable. He's an unstoppable force. He became that even more in the sequels. I kind of prefer I've argued with Andrew Welsh over this. You know Andrew Welsh. The motiveless version of Michael. Yes, he's killing people, but there's just like a force that's pushing him to do so. He's not in it for like, hey, it's my sister, I gotta kill her. There's just something pushing him to kill, which you could be like, oh, it's a motive, but it's just like insanity, really. Like, he's a monster. He doesn't know why he's doing these things. He just does them, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. I can go into a whole spiel about that for another time. But yeah, characters wise, Donald Pleasance is Loomis, amazing. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, not so amazing to me, but she's solid. Like, I have no problems with Jamie Lee Curtis. She's a great actress, and she's a good final girl. But I think she does get a little overrated. I will, however, say an H2O, even though it's not one of my favorite Halloween movies, that is one of the best final girls ever. That incarnation of Jamie Lee Curtis, amazing, amazing. Halloween is amazing. That's why it's in my top 5. God, fucking Halloween, people. Boogie boogie. All right, number 4. I'm going to go with Planet of the Apes, man. And this is a franchise I didn't necessarily even grow up with, man. Like, I saw it here and there, and it always interested me, but I never really watched it like that. You know, I saw it, but it wasn't like Halloween where I was like, oh, my God. But I remember me and Remy Burton, yeah, I could shout him out here, I think. We went on like a little, you know, I don't know. We just did like a little binge. We found all the old ones going all the way back to like 68 with Charlton Heston, fucking the original Planet of the Apes, dude. And we just ran through all those old ones that were getting popped out like every year. And, dude, I fell in love with them. From that moment on, I was like, wow, these are amazing. And around that time was when Rise of the Planet of the Apes was coming out. So I was like full on into that. Then, of course, you had Dawn and then War, which upped the ante even more. And honestly, the first one that like I watched religiously was one with Mark Wahlberg. I don't like it as much now. I can't defend it the way I used to, but I liked it back then. I liked the world they created. So, I mean, the Planet of the Apes, man, it's really a consistent franchise. Like, you're talking about year after year after year had passed, and they just come back and they put out, I mean, one of the best trilogies with the one Rise, Dawn, and War, like that. It came out of nowhere, dude. It knocked us on our ass, dude, honestly. Especially if you're a fan of the originals, like I am now, which I have been since I was like 18 or whatever. I mean, those movies just mean the world to me. They're such like comfort food, dude. I don't know what it is. Like, I can just put those on, turn my brain off, have it on the background. They're so much fun. And like my wife will be like, what is that? You can tell they're in a costume. Like, it's fucking 1968. Give them a break, please. Like, it just, but even then, like, that adds like a certain charm to it. I don't know. It's just, that is charming flicks. I don't know. Planet of the Apes is just a ton of fucking fun, dude. I have such a blast with them. I don't know. I can't even explain it. It's just amazing. The world building, especially, so good to me. I love that shit. Planet of the Apes, number 4. Number 3. This is a part of our first review series, and I actually had another one in my top 5 at that time. So I guess I will give one honorable mention because it's the only way I can tell the story. Rush Hour. Rush Hour is not in my top 5, but it was for most of my life, and it's one of those interchangeable ones. It could slide in at number 5. It's probably number 6. I fucking love Rush Hour. But through that process, I realized I think I like Lethal Weapon more. Rush Hour has even more nostalgia on it, but Lethal Weapon is so fucking flawless. You got the bonus movie. If that's a good movie, that's a good thing. You got the extra movie in there. The chemistry is just as good between them, if not better. Jesus, Lethal Weapon, man. I mean, let's just leave Rush Hour out of it here. Great franchise on its own right, but Lethal Weapon is just amazing. The characters of Riggs and Murtaugh and that classic relationship where it starts out rocky and ends up good. You know, it's a cliche, but was it back then? Honestly, I'm asking you, was it back then? I don't know. It doesn't really necessarily seem like that was done that much back then. It's beaten to the ground now. Maybe it was to an extent, but not to the point now where it's just beaten in our heads like, oh, here we go. Classic. We're not going to get along, but by the end of the movie, we love each other. It felt fresh in Lethal Weapon to me, man. It really did. And you got to judge it on the merits of its time, don't you? I think that's a key thing. And Mel Gibson as Riggs is just the most lovable, insane loser slash I got it figured out guy I've ever seen in my life. Not many people have that type of combination, but how amazing is he? You just feel for him with the wife scenario where she had passed on and he's thinking about dying, and then Murtaugh's thinking about retiring, but he keeps coming back, and him and Riggs just complete each other, dude. They don't even have to do anything. They could put them in a room and just watch them together. They're magic. They're electric. They're perfect for each other, and they're so fucking different. That is the magic of Lethal Weapon at its base value. And then, of course, you have Joe Pesci, who comes in the second one, and fucking Leo is amazing. Then Chris Rock's character, I mean, he was only in the fourth one, but he was pretty damn good. And I'm not the biggest Chris Rock fan, actually. But, dude, he was great in Lethal Weapon 4. I thought he fit the role amazingly. It just built on that family. And I really hope we get that Lethal Weapon 5. I really do. And then, of course, Jet Li in the fourth one, bringing the villains of this franchise to new heights and really putting me on to Jet Li. I think I saw the fourth one when I was like 7. I think it was the first movie. That was the first movie that Jet Li came to America to do. But that was like the first time I saw Jet Li. Like, I saw it when it came out. So that was the first time I saw him. And I hadn't rented any of his foreign films yet at the video store because I was so up Jackie Chan's ass. So I saw him there and I was like, this guy's amazing. And I still remember that fight on the dock scene, being a little kid, like peeking in the room while my parents were watching it because they probably weren't trying to show it to me because it was their first run through. Like, does it show any titties or anything? Let's keep them in there till we, keep them in there to further notice. If I peek around the corner, I'm like, this fight scene is dope. Like, watching it from behind the couch. And, by then it was the end of the movie. My parents were like, yeah, come on in. And just being enamored by it. Lethal Weapon. Jesus, it's Lethal Weapon, guys. What I could just go on and on. On and on. I've talked about Lethal Weapon a lot already. Go back to, like, our first fucking episode. Love Lethal Weapon. Okay. Number 2 and number 1. It is so hard to choose between these franchises in terms of what's my favorite. I go back and forth. I really do. I'm already thinking about going against what I wrote down. I really am. But I can't do it. I gotta be real with myself here. At least in this one moment. Oh, we got a contender. If y'all haven't seen this before. Boom. Friday the 13th. And I feel like the worst Friday the 13th fan ever. Dude, I can't even balance this right. Ugh. There it is. Jesus. The best box set in history. Okay, there's a few kinks, but look at it. It's beautiful. The movies play. Damn it. Maybe I'm just... I don't know. Maybe I'm just a content motherfucker. Damn it. Sip of water real quick. Damn, that's fresh. Been playing some basketball lately. When you hooping, there's something to that fridge water that hits different. Only real hoopers know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Friday the 13th, number 2. I mean, that slasher personified to me. Michael Myers, debatably, maybe is the best, but Jason causes more havoc. Jason has better kills. He's got a bigger kill count. I mean, honestly, the forest atmosphere, as dumb as that is, I've always just kind of liked the woods setting, so that helps. And yeah, that's about it, dude. I mean, that's what Friday just took it to new levels, man. You had Michael Myers fucking shit up in the first one. Then Friday the 13th came in and just, as so many people say, it's like, kick that door off its hinges. Yeah, that's what it did, dude. It was relentless in ways we hadn't seen before. The blood, the gore, the way they ramped it up, the T&A, titties and ass. They brought it all, everything that became the blueprint for what slashers were supposed to be is basically from Friday the 13th. Now, most people will say Michael kind of kicked that off. Of course he did. But, it was a little more chill. There wasn't much blood. There wasn't many kills, There wasn't much of any of that going on. It doesn't feel like the slasher movies that preceded it. Now, the sequels do, like Halloween 2, but that came after Friday the 13th. The first Friday the 13th. They were then capitalizing on what Friday the 13th did. But Friday the 13th, that was the gold standard, dude. That's what really flipped the genre on its head, dude. I mean, and everybody was like, all right, this is what we're doing now, even Halloween going forward. I mean, you gotta give it credit for that, dude. Again, iconic character. Jason Voorhees, characters in general, I mean, for slasher characters, probably the best characters, honestly. They're not the best characters, if that makes sense. But when you go, if you're a slasher fan, what you go to slasher movies for, dumb but lovable, final girls that put up a fight. I mean, Friday normally checks those boxes. Even in the abysmal, like Jason X, which is the worst of the franchise, in my opinion. Loved it when I was a kid. Kind of hard to watch now. The final girl in that, I can't remember her name. That's how forgettable it is. But she was still fucking sexy, and it was amazing, you know? So, I mean, Friday just checks all the slasher boxes, and I'm a slasher fanatic. So that makes sense why it's number 2, and probably should be 1, but only 1 is kind of really important as well. Number 1 for me, as we close the book on Friday, has got to be Rocky, and that includes the Creed movies, motherfuckers. Dun, 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 dun. You make me do the whole theme song here. Dun, dun. Nah, I ain't gonna do all that to you. Rocky, dude. Jesus. I mean, you want to talk about a flawless franchise. I'm sorry. First one, all-time great. Second one, all-time great. Third one, we're getting a little cheesy here, but one of the better cheesy fighting movies. Still has a lot of spirit. Fourth one, same thing as 3, but ramped up another notch. And there's some people who say it's like the best movie ever. I don't agree with that, but good Lord, is it a great movie. The 5th one, can we say under fucking rated? Holy shit, Tommy Gunn, my God. I'm sorry. Rocky 5 is not a bad movie, people. Take your blinders off. And then 6 came out, Rocky Balboa. And Jesus, I included, thought this movie was going to be a heap of shit. Don't count out Stallone, man. Boom. Rocky Balboa, one of the best movies in the franchise. You could almost be like, is this the best one yet? What the fuck? This is, not only is this not supposed to be this good, but damn, this has no right to be this good. Are we watching this right now? And then you're like, okay, Swan Song, what can they do from here? What the fuck? They're doing Creed's son backstory? That could be good, but there's no way, right? They're going to keep... Good God, Creed is amazing. And then they come out with the 8th one, Creed 2. And by all intents and purposes, everybody thinks it's amazing. Now, honestly, for me, I don't think it's great, but it's still a good fucking movie. It's flawless. Basically flawless from top to bottom, dude. I don't know what to do with that. Like that. And it's not just like objectively like, Jesus, this is great filmmaking. It's also objectively like outside of just movie. Like you can take it out of the movie, like the motivation it gives you. It's not just, that was a good viewing experience. You know what I mean? Like if you're watching a fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe, you know what I mean? You watch a franchise like that, you're like, that was awesome. You get giddy, and then you walk away. Rocky goes beyond that, dude. You fucking... I mean, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Maybe Marvel does that for you. I just can't envision that. Okay, sorry. But I think legitimately most people that watch the Rocky movie, not most, but more people, can watch that and be inspired and take that over and cross it into reality, dude. Not a lot of movies can do that. The music, the soundtrack, the score, that you can just... Dude, just fucking throw the first hint of the sound on and you're just like, oh, Rocky. You like the Rocky movie? I've never seen them before in my life, but I know what that is. That's the type of power these movies have, dude. The characters, I mean, I always say it's never the action of Rocky, dude. My favorite thing is legitimately Rocky and Adrian relationship, dude. I mean, Paulie, the characters, out of this fucking world. And it just gets better. And it's been going for so long. And it seems like it just knows when to come out, too. It just... And I'm looking forward to Creed 3. I really am. We'll see how that goes. But my God, dude. Rocky Balboa, maybe the best character ever, dude. Stop it. Rocky reigns supreme on my list. Number 1. I'm so sorry, Friday the 13th. Yeah, it's a tough one. But yeah, I gotta go Rocky. Sorry if there wasn't enough energy here, guys. But, I mean, I gave you my honest, rambling feelings. So hopefully that's good enough. Not as much to the point. Not as much. And that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Gotta add that little flavor on it. But yeah, I honestly keep it real with you. Since I'm not working right now and I'm being a lazy bum, which I've earned. Yes, I have. I almost completely forgot about this. I was like, oh shit, Top 5 Thursday. Because I'm not on a schedule. But I don't know. Last minute ditch effort that I hope turned out okay. And I hope y'all agree with me. And every Star Wars fan's like, what the fuck, bro? I thought Star Wars would be on your list. Well, why would you think that? You were wearing the shirt. I've never seen you wear that shirt. No, Star Wars is not my top 5. Maybe if it would have ended with the original 3, and I'm not talking about that episode 1, 2, 3 bullshit. You know, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford and such, that 3. You know the fucking movies. I ain't gonna list them off. I don't know. I'm not even gonna plug this because I'm on some lazy piece of shit. Word. Follow us. You fucking know where to go, don't you? No, for real though, on real levels, I do love y'all. I love y'all. Seriously, thank you. Like, a lot for everything y'all do. I'm gonna go back to being lazy. Hopefully this top 5 franchise is adequate. Thank you guys, for real. See y'all.